What if I told you that almost people spend their entire lives chasing success without ever understanding themselves? They know the world, know what's trending, they know what everyone else is doing, but they don't know who they truly are. More than 2400 years ago, a philosopher named Socrates believed that almost every human problem begins with that one mistake, and he offered a simple solution. Just two words: know thyself. Today we are going to explore why this ancient teaching may be the missing piece in the modern world. More than 2000 years ago, a philosopher named Socrates shared a simple idea. Just two words: know thyself. At first, these words sound very simple, but people hear them and think, of course, I know myself. But Socrates believed that truly knowing yourself is one of the hardest things in life. And according to him, it is also one of the most important. Today, we live in a world full of information. The moment we wake up, we check our phones, we scroll through social media, we read messages, we watch videos, we listen to other people's opinions. Every day our attention is focused on the outside world. We know that celebrities are doing. We know what celebrities are doing. We know what influencers are talking about. We know what is happening in politics. We know what strangers are posting online. But here's an important question. How much time do we spend understanding ourselves? Very little. At And this is exactly what Socrates wanted people to think about. He believed that many of our problems begin with when we lost touch with ourselves. Think about it. Many people spend years building a career. They work hard, they earn money, they achieve goals, but deep inside, they are not happy. Why? Because they never stopped to ask themselves what they truly wanted. Instead, they followed what society told them success should look like. The same thing happens with money. Many people believed that having more money will finally make them happy, so they spend years chasing it. But once they reach their goal, they often discover that something is still missing. Socrates asked, Socrates would ask, did you ever stop and ask yourself what you were really looking for? Because sometimes what we need is not more success, not more money, not more recognitions. Sometimes what we need is better understanding of ourselves. Another problem people face today is comparison. Social media makes this problem even worse. Every day we see people showing their best moment, their success, their vacations, achievement, and perfect looking lives. And slowly we start comparing ourselves. We wonder why we are not successful enough, rich enough, attractive enough, beautiful enough. But Socrates would ask a different questions. Instead of asking, am I better than those people? He would ask, do I truly understand who I am? Because when you know yourself, comparison loses its power. You stop trying to become someone else. You stop living according to other people's expectations. you being living according to your own values. And that creates a different kind of confidence, a confidence that comes from within, not from likes, not from followers, not from approval, but from self understanding. Socrates also believed that many people are controlled by fears they don't even understand. Think about anxiety. Millions of people worry about the future. What if I fail? What if people judge me? What if I make the wrong decision? What if things don't work out? These thoughts create stress and fear. But Socrates believed that fear becomes powerful when we never question it. Instead of running away from the fear, he encouraged people to examine it. Ask questions. What exactly am I afraid of? Why am I afraid? This is fear based on facts, or it is based on assumptions. Many fears become smaller when we honestly look at them, because often the things we fear most exist only in our imaginations. Socrates believed that asking the right questions can free us from many unnecessary worries. Another lesson from Socrates is that self awareness is the beginning of growth. Think about driving a car at night without headlights. You may keep moving forward, but sooner or later you will hit something you can't see. But sooner or later you will hit something you can't see. Life works the same way. Many people stay busy every day. They work, study, they chase goals, they follow routines, but they never stop to understand their thoughts, habits, and emotions. As a result, they keep repeating the same mistakes, the same unhealthy relationships, the same healthy relationships, the same bad habits, the same emotional reactions again and again. Socrates wanted people to turn on the headlights to become aware to themselves. Socrates wanted people to turn on the headlights to become aware of themselves, because awareness creates change. You can't change a habit you don't notice. You can't solve a problem you refuse to see. And you can't improve your life without understanding yourself first. That's why Socrates believed self knowledge is so important. That's why Socrates believed self knowledge is so important. The more you understand yourself, the less controlled you become by fear. The less dependent you become on other people's approval. The less confused you feel about your direction in life. And the more peace you begin to experience. But knowing yourself is not something that happens overnight. But knowing yourself is not something that happens overnight. It's a lifelong journey. It requires honesty. It requires patience. And sometimes it requires asking difficult questions. Who I am? And sometimes it requires asking difficult questions. Who am I? What truly matters to me? What kind of people do I want to become? Am I living according to my values? Or am I simply following the crowd? More than 2000 years ago, Socrates challenged people to ask these questions. And today, in a world filled with distractions, noise, and endless comparison, his message may be his message may be more important than ever, because before you can improve your life, before you can find purpose, be- Before before you can discover wisdom, you must first understand yourself. And perhaps that's why Socrates believed that the greatest journey is not the journey across the world. The greatest journey is the journey within. So today, take a moment, pause, look inward, and ask yourself one simple question: who am I really? Because every meaningful transformation begins with that question.